Let me tell you the one thing nobody tells you about building your first $100,000. It's not about how much you earn. It's not about finding the right stock. It's not about some complicated strategy that requires a finance degree to understand. It's about 5 decisions, made in the right order, starting as soon as possible. That's it. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right hand for over 50 years, said the first $100,000 is the hardest money you will ever make. Not the first million, the first 100,000. And once I understood why he said that, everything about how I thought about money changed completely. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those 5 decisions are, what a realistic timeline looks like on a normal income, and the one silent mistake that keeps most people stuck at zero far longer than they should be. No fluff. Let's go. Before we get into the 5 decisions, you need to understand why $100,000 specifically is the milestone that changes everything. Below $100,000, you are doing almost all of the work yourself. Your contributions are the engine. You save $1,000, your account goes up $1,000. The math is completely linear, slow, grinding, and it feels like pushing a boulder uphill every single month. Once you cross $100,000, something fundamental shifts. At a 7% average annual return, the conservative long-term historical average of a broad index fund, your $100,000 generates $7,000 a year entirely on its own. That's $583 a month landing in your account without you doing anything, without you showing up, without you working a single extra hour. At $100,000, your money stops being a passenger and starts being a partner that works around the clock, never takes a day off, and gets more productive every single year you leave it alone. Now, let's talk about exactly how to get there. The first decision is the one most people skip entirely because it's uncomfortable. You cannot save your way to $100,000 on an income that doesn't support it. Frugality is powerful, but it has a hard floor. You can only cut so much. Your income has no ceiling. So the first decision is being brutally honest about where your income actually stands and what you're actively doing to grow it. If you're earning $35,000 a year and saving 20% of that, you're putting away $7,000 a year. Even with investment returns helping you, hitting $100,000 takes over a decade. That's not a discipline problem. That's just math. But if you can move that income to $55,000 through a raise, a better job, a marketable skill, a side income, while keeping your lifestyle exactly the same, your timeline to $100,000 compresses from 10 years to 5 or 6. The highest leverage move available to most people under 40 is not a better savings account. It's a higher income. The two sides of this equation work together, and pulling both levers simultaneously is what separates people who get to $100,000 in 5 years from people who get there in 15. Decision 1. Actively work on earning more. Starting now, not after the next review. Here is the single most controllable variable in this entire equation. Not your returns, not the market, not your salary. Your savings rate, the percentage of your income you keep and deploy every month, is the lever you control most directly and the one with the most immediate impact on your timeline. Real numbers. Same $50,000 salary throughout. At a 10% savings rate, $5,000 a year, you reach $100,000 in roughly 14 years. At 20%, $10,000 a year, you get there in about 8 years. At 30%, $15,000 a year, roughly 6 years. At 40%, $20,000 a year, under 5 years. Same salary. The only variable that changed was how much you kept. I'm not telling you 40% is easy. For a lot of people it isn't. But most people have significantly more room between their income and their spending than they've ever seriously looked at. Not because they're irresponsible, because they've never examined that gap with the specific intention of widening it. Sit down this week and find your real number. Then protect it like it's non-negotiable, because it is. Decision 2, pick a savings rate, automate it, and never negotiate with yourself about it. Once you have a savings rate you're committed to, These next 3 decisions determine exactly where every dollar goes. In order. No skipping. Decision 3. Build your emergency fund first. 3 to 6 months of living expenses. High-yield savings account. Do not touch it. This is not optional, and it is not boring advice you can skip because you've heard it before. Without this cushion, the first expensive surprise life throws at you, and life always throws one, forces you to raid your investments at the worst possible moment, triggering taxes, locking in losses, resetting months of progress in a single afternoon. The emergency fund is the foundation everything else is built on. Build it first. Decision 4. Capture every dollar of your employer match. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to capture all of it before you do anything else with your savings. Every single dollar of it. An employer match is an instant 50% to 100% return on your money before the market does anything. No investment in the world offers that. Leaving even $1 of it on the table is one of the most expensive financial mistakes a person can quietly make every year. Decision 5. Index funds. Every month. Without stopping. Everything left after decisions 3 and 4 goes into low-cost, broad index funds, a total market fund, an S&P 500 fund, something simple and diversified, automatically every single month, regardless of what the market is doing. Not individual stocks, not crypto as your primary vehicle, not whatever is performing well on financial social media this week. Boring, low-cost, consistent index fund investing is how ordinary people build wealth that feels extraordinary over time. The data on this has been consistent for decades, and it is not ambiguous. 3 buckets, in strict order, every single month. Let me give you realistic numbers so you can set real expectations and stop feeling behind. Earning $45,000 to $55,000 with a genuine 20% savings rate and 7% annual returns, you reach $100,000 in 7 to 8 years. Same income range, but actively growing your earnings during that period. Better job, new skill, small side income. That timeline compresses to 4 to 6 years. Already earning $70,000 or above with a disciplined 25% to 30% savings rate, hitting $100,000 in 3 to 4 years is genuinely within reach. What every single one of these timelines has in common is that none of them require luck. None require a perfect investment call. None require a windfall or an inheritance or a viral business idea. They require 5 decisions made in the right order. And they require consistency. Showing up every month, not stopping when the market drops, not inflating your lifestyle every time your paycheck grows, not cashing out when the balance looks tempting. The fastest path to $100,000 has never been the cleverest investment. It has always been the most consistent behavior over the longest uninterrupted stretch of time. I promised you the one silent mistake that keeps most people stuck far longer than they should be. Here it is, waiting for the perfect moment to start, waiting until the market looks better, waiting until after the holidays, waiting until the raise comes through, waiting until life feels more stable or the timing feels more right. There is no perfect moment. There has never been a perfect moment. Every month you wait doesn't just cost you 1 month of contributions. Thanks to compound interest, it costs you every dollar that month would have generated over the next 10, 20, and 30 years. The people who reach $100,000 fastest are almost never the most financially sophisticated. They are the ones who started with an imperfect plan on an imperfect day and simply never stopped. Start imperfectly. Start today. Start with whatever number you can actually commit to right now. Your first $100,000 is going to take longer than you want it to. There will be months where the market pulls back and the number goes down, and every instinct says something is wrong. There will be moments where the money sitting in your account feels like it could solve a more immediate problem. Push through all of it. Because on the other side of $100,000 is a financial life that runs on completely different rules. More money working for you, more distance from every paycheck, more options, which is ultimately what money is actually for. You don't need a perfect salary. You don't need to understand derivatives or crypto or any of the noise that dominates most financial content. You need 5 decisions, made in the right order, starting today. If this gave you a clearer picture of the actual path, hit the like button and share this with one person who needs to see it. Most people go years being confused about this when the answer has always been this straightforward. I'll see you in the next one.